everyone. Welcome to Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. I'm Susan Pinsky, and we started off the year with some excitement, like the LA fires. We have a new president coming, and my soon-to-be granddaughter, who is still not here. And I don't know why. Her mother, Zarina, is there in the picture with my son, Douglas. They are about ready to give birth any minute. So it's kind of exciting here. That's actually positive news. So we're going to look for more positive news. And we're going to do a 2025 prediction show with some of my favorite psychic mediums. Lauren Rainbow, you may remember from our Naomi Wolf show, Andrew Anderson, and Rebecca Fearing, who has been here. She's a frequent flyer here at Calling Out with Susan Pinsky. This is Lauren's second time back on the show, and you can find her everywhere at Lauren Rainbow Medium. Just Google that, and you'll find her. Her website is laurenrainbow.com. Lauren's an internationally known evidential medium, along with spiritual teacher and sacred travel guide. She works with Cindy Keza, and to find out more about her adventures, please visit her website, laurenrainbow.com. Both Andrew and Rebecca are also recurring psychics, as I said before, and Andrew has over 17 years of experience and recognized as one of the top 10 psychics in Chicago. If you'd like a reading with him, please visit his website, psychicmediumreading.org. Rebecca is a longtime friend and considered one of the best naturally gifted clairvoyants in the country. The best way to book a reading with Rebecca is to text her at 818-310-6748. One day we'll put that up on the screen. And you can also find her at RebeccaFearing.com. She has a website. And she's also on Instagram and Facebook. So reach out to her when you want a reading. Thank you all for being here. And first of all, from the three of you, besides my new granddaughter, is there any good news?
Where to begin?
Okay, good news with what,
okay,
Susan?
I don't know. Any good news. I want to hear good news. I want to hear happy. I think I just want to bring the vibration up to a level where we're happy, because we're going to probably talk about some heavy stuff. And I think Rebecca has maybe something that she can say.
Right. Well, I don't think we're completely out of the threat of fire, but I don't believe that it's going to get out of hand again like that.
Oh, good.
And in the future, I think we'll be more prepared for disasters like this.
Okay. That's good news.
And I do think the Palisades, though it might take time, it'll get rebuilt.
Okay.
And maybe be even more beautiful than it was.
Okay, I'll take it. How about you, Andrew? Any enlightening news, uplifting,
Well, I don't know.
Love
I don't know that I feel a lot of things changing in California until Gavin's gone, unfortunately. I actually got the most amazing, unbelievable download. And I don't know if it's true, but it I saw California turning. It's not soon, I'm sure, but I saw it. And maybe it's just that everybody in California is fed up with all the billions of dollars appropriated for your reservoirs that was never spent. And I mean, there's so many things that are going wrong with your state. It's the most beautiful state in our country, arguably.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
I mean, once he's gone,
well, I hope that's true. I pray to God that's true, because we're Californians, and we believe there could potentially be a great California if somebody would do their job up there. And then, Lauren, do you have anything uplifting that you can kind of throw our way so we can get started with a good, happy note?
Well, I think as we get into talking about some of the topics that we're going to talk about today and the big changes that we see coming up, even starting next week, I feel like we're maybe not going to see things move quite as fast as we feel they will, which I think will give us time to kind of, especially socially, prepare and maybe even begin to see some really positive forces kind of rise up. And be able to socially help us out here. And so, I think we'll see change, but maybe not as fast as we think it's coming.
So now that we're in this uplifted vibration, I just want to tell everybody that my husband, Dr. Drew, is here in the Calling Out Hizzy.
Sitting in.
Yeah, he's here, and he's he's also, he has a lot of questions, I'm sure, about what's going to happen to the future of California. We talk about it a lot on Ask Dr. Drew. He is the host of Ask Dr. Drew, and among other things that he does in the podcast world, and also is well known for all his television work. And he has a show now called Dr. Drew Uncensored on Lifetime. So,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, we're going to be a little plug there for showing up. And yeah, he's
Congratulations, Drew.
Plug for showing up. That's good. I like how she works.
there's
I like how she rolls.
there's like 700 people here, so everybody needs to tune in. So I'm going to let Andrew start with his 5 top predictions. I gave everybody a list of ideas of what I would like to channel into, and I asked them to pick 5 from the list. They will also have a wild card, but I'm going to let Andrew start because his name starts with A, and he gets to go first. His head's a little bit low.
I didn't follow directions, but that's me. So my
okay.
my predictions
It's just
are going to start with Kaleb, Susan, and Robin. I know you guys weren't asking for anything. I see Kaleb being recognized for something this year. He gets a client or some sort of show that's kind of a dream gig. I also see something potentially for him that's patentable, an idea or something that makes maybe his life easier. He's got good ideas. He needs to bring them to the surface. So with Robin, I see a possible trip coming for New York. The trip could be something to do with a lifelong dream. It might have something to do with Broadway, some sort of connection, collaboration. I don't know. Now, Susan.
I wish she was here to hear that.
So Susan, wait, Robin's your producer, right? One of them?
She is, but she's got a show today that she's working on, and she couldn't make it, but she'll probably hear this later.
So it was you, Susan. So I feel like your show goes to another level. Now, your show is called Calling Out. I actually see somebody ballsy enough, I'll call it, sorry for the term, but to come on your show and actually be called out live. So I see that potential. Is your show is calling out. You're calling, I see somebody coming on there that's brave enough, and somehow some interaction, this potentially could take your show to another level. I also see you getting clarity on your path. Around June, your show takes on a different kind of path, it looks like. We'll see what happens. It's between now and then. Whatever it is, it's very positive. I see your viewership quadrupling, I'll say. So there's not always bad things with the future, Susan, right?
No,
there's not always bad things to predict. And us psychics get a bad rap sometimes. I'm a very positive person. Yeah.
I am. I'm super positive, but I also am, aware that not everything in the world is perfect and fun and everything, but there are, it's a lot of work to be a human being. So how about Drew? Do you have any predictions for Drew?
Wait, you know what though? I did want to go through my medical predictions since you said Drew, that was the perfect segue. So I went specific on some medical things. I see advancements in treating blindness. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not a doctor, as everyone knows. The blindness kind of something comes. I'm not certain what is surrounding. I also see cracking the cancer code, major breakthrough in cancer and how it's treated. I see a prosthetics advancement where they're more natural way of adhesion. I'm not saying these are coming this year, but these are things that I'm seeing. I also saw a new discovery surrounding pancreas or transplant or pancreatic surgery. And I saw the number 60. It looks like, whereas before it could be a death sentence when you have some sort of pancreas issue, cancer or whatever, it looks like the survival rate improved to 60%. Now for the people out there involved in, those were my medical things that I'm seeing that are coming. As far as this one, this romance that we've been seeing.
Are you listening? Drew's here. Yeah. So what do you think about stuff like that? Like, how does that?
Pancreas has been progressing rapidly. It's like pancreas when I was started practicing was like, hurtins. Now it's shocking how much better people are doing. Shocking. And I agree with you. I think that's 60% of 5 years is about where we're headed.
Wow.
Well, he's the man. He knows this stuff. So I don't know. It's like, it just goes, it's like blah, 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 blah. When I hear medical stuff, I don't know what the statistics
Andrew's
are.
onto something there.
Oh, good.
And then Glaucoma
you, Drew.
Foundation has all kinds of stuff working there that's helping prevent blindness and maybe reverse. They've got some things going on with the optic nerve and stem cells, believe it or not, that are preliminary, but starting to make
That's
some
crazy.
sense. Yeah.
So they can put the stem cells in your eye?
They're talking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, they need to
What about injecting
make the
cancer cells? What about tricking cancer cells, injecting them with something that tricks them into thinking they're something else? Is that possible? I don't even know what I'm saying.
That is one of the great for me. One of the great hopes in cancer is that you can find a protein on the surface, and that protein is tagged with a radioactive isotope. The isotope and the molecule bind on the surface and then get taken in by the molecule. It gets tricked to being taken in, and it kills the cell. Kills one cell at a time, all the cancer cells. The problem is, at this point, the cancer cells learn how to downregulate that protein on the surface when they all start dying. So they all die at first, and then they kind of come back. So if we can figure out how to get it not to upregulate or downregulate those proteins, then we will have something amazing. So we're right there. We're right at the cusp.
Eureka is coming. So with let's see here, this prosthetics thing, it looked more natural to me. Now, I based all my psychic stuff on downloads I get in images, and I'm not certain of what I just saw a naturally adhesed prosthetic. You couldn't even tell. It may be far off, but there's some big advancements with that coming where, I don't know, that's what I see. So
a naturally adhesed prosthetic.
It makes sense, right? With robotics going the way they are.
Yeah, that's where my mind went.
Yeah.
But meaning it naturally adheses?
Meaning it looks naturally adhesed.
Yes,
like there's a
I think
continuous.
it felt like a fusion.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. Like it's somehow incorporated into the body.
But your body or your mind can
Think Star
move
Wars.
it?
Star Wars.
You know how they say maybe they can put a chip in your brain and move your arm? Or?
I think that's far off, but there might be other things.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just, I don't know if this is expected or not, but the Catholic Church is back in the news big time this year. I felt sort of a fall from grace. So somebody of prominence, doesn't look good, whatever that is. Some people might be happy to see this, but I see trouble with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. One of them or more are going to be spotted away from the other. Yeah. And whether there's something coming where Travis will be seen somewhere at a beach or something, he's not with her. And there's going to be a gradual thing.
I agree.
Here we go. Our producer has been studying this.
Okay, so Emily Hagan is sitting in for Robin today, and she's on mic. I don't have a camera for her.
That's for the best.
But she's
It's been a rough week.
Yeah, she's the voice of God, like I am on Ask Dr. Drew. But anyways, she has something to say.
Well, I've been called Wizard
I think
of Oz.
you're onto something. I don't think they've ever been a couple. I think it's been a PR relationship. They've been trying to cover it up, but something's about to be revealed real soon. And I have a video where I talk about it, and I need to get it out now because otherwise, I think you're onto something, Andrew.
Yeah. Put your money into silver this year. Silver's going to be in demand. Okay. There's something coming. Silver's going to be in demand, short supply and demand. Silver's
By the way,
put your money.
This is an entertainment show, and anything we say about financial stuff is not because we're financial experts, but
thank you. I'm about to go
it's
there.
not direct advice. It's true. Yeah. Okay. But yes, I mean, silver, of course, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. You can say silver is good.
Around June, the stock market. Okay, and crypto is not going anywhere. So the crypto, I'm going to give you.
Wait, what about crypto?
We couldn't hear you, but it all blocked out.
You cut out.
I'm going to be giving you some crypto picks. Do you hear me?
You said the stock market will blah, blah, blah.
The stock market is going to explode around June, midsummer or summer, early, right around there.
So go up.
And then I'm saying crypto is going up. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew, thank God.
I just
Can you hear
read
me
that
now?
this morning in one of my stock market. Yeah, it just said it's going to, and then it cut out. Okay, and we also lost our internet right before the show started. So God's okay with this, hopefully. So I just read something this morning in I get a lot of stuff, financial advice on this from these websites, and they said that a lot of the blue chips are going to really go up, and it's things are going to look good. So and then they want to charge you like $5,000 to tell you what they are.
Before you do financial or crypto, I'm enjoying the gossipy part of this show.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if Emily has any other couples that she's on her radar.
Wait. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Coming up with stuff. And
let's wait. She's a little psychic, but
Okay.
I bet we get there. All roads lead to the O word. I swear to God. Anyway, so.
Oh, I know.
Okay, so keep with the stock market and crypto. So we want to hear more.
Well, this is the year for AI crypto. Okay, there's some new. I went through several of them, and I've made a few picks. And again, they're just my choices, my picks, whatever they're worth. The AI crypto I picked are Render, RENDER, Oasis, OASIS, and Injective, INJECTIVE. Those three AI crypto picks are for me. So the other crypto picks that I have, which I have a history with picking them. I used to have a crypto page. I picked Lifecoin, SEI, AAVE, Mantle, and Beam, BEAM. So we'll see what happens with those. And again, those are just my picks. Right? What's that?
I said, text me later. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be fun to watch.
Trump
and
is
see
going
how
to
you
hit the
do.
ground running. Trump is going to hit the ground running. He's going to pardon all the people associated with January 6th. He's going to keep his word. Of course, the left is going to be frantic about it, and there's going to be relatively soon talks of impeachment. There's people
What about
already
a third
in his
term?
circle that need to get out of there already. That may have
They're
fooled
gonna
somebody or
try
whatever.
that over and over again.
I have a question for Andrew.
I don't see him
Oh, and
running
before
for a
we
third
go on
term.
to Trump, we have to make a note. We can't promote any crypto coins. So just make sure we know that. Okay.
Yeah, and that's
I
not
wasn't.
from
Was I
Susan.
promoting them?
That's from me, the producer. I have been here for over a decade, and I have managed to not have Dr. Drew promote any cryptocurrencies in this whole time, and I don't want to start today. So we're not promoting any crypto coins here in any way.
So, anyways, we're not really qualified to give you this advice. This has all come from spirit. So, if God is wrong, then sorry. But anyways, we're
People also have the advantage, Susan, of going back about 7 years and look up some of my crypto picks back then and see where they're at today. So I mean, you have that advantage too.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to look at all these things because that's what I do. I like looking at this. Anyways, I wanted to talk about Trump. What about a third term for Trump?
I'm not feeling the third term. I know it's going to be talked about. I think that his some of his health issues are going to catch up to him. It'll be talked about, but it won't happen. He won't run. You do know. Remember, I predicted the two winnings that he would win these two terms already.
He did.
Even when he lost, everybody's like, "You were wrong," but here he is. So no, the third term, I'm not feeling that so much. But I do feel him keeping his word, though. Economy changes, improves quickly. He's going to hit the ground running like last term. The housing market's going to level off. It's going to be a good time to buy a house again in certain parts of the country. The job growth is going to be immediate. And all those things are going to level off the economy, and things are going to start going again.
From your lips to God's ears. That's all I can say. Lauren, Your eyes are lighting up. Do you have anything to say about that?
Oh, I'm just nodding in agreement with Andrew because I agree. I don't know that I see a third term happening, which I think is probably a good thing. And so that's why I was kind of like, yeah, I agree.
Okay. Rebecca, how about you?
Yeah, I don't see a third term either.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Lean in a little
It's
bit.
against the law.
It is. Okay. Drew said it's against the law. He knows the word. He knows the laws. So yeah, that is. Did you have anything else, Andrew, you wanted to bring forward for us today?
Yeah. So a few other things. I see the biggest tornado in history, either hitting this coming. I've been saying this for over a year now about this tornado, and it hasn't come yet. I think this might be the year that it comes. It's massive. I mean, it's bigger than anything on record, and it might go through Tornado Alley, Tulsa. Right, it might be in that area. A massive earthquake causing a tsunami in an unlikely place. It looks like your area, Hawaii, maybe a tsunami. I know there's been threats, but there's a big, massive earthquake coming this year. It looks like over an 8. And I also saw the biggest sinkhole in history.
That's what we need.
It looks like a big
I sent
sinkhole
Emily
in the middle
this
of
video this morning with a
Metro City,
tsunami
Metropolitan City.
warning, but it was old, right? Was that old?
Yeah.
I didn't read it because I was scared.
I know.
I'm worried. That's all. Everyone's talking about a big earthquake. They were saying the wildfires are supposed to be our warning. Get out.
Get out. Yeah.
Well, it was interesting because when we had the fire here in California, it did look like a big tornado of fire, the way it took over.
Ooh.
It just was like, it was so windy. And, the way it burned through the cities was just over the top. Like it just looked like, didn't it look kind of like a tornado coming through, Drew?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He was on his
Yeah.
phone. I don't
No,
know. What are you looking at?
A starship just blew up.
Oh, a starship just blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
kind of incredible.
Who's starship?
Musk's starship.
Oh,
That one,
no. Is there
Starship.
somebody inside there?
No, I don't
Okay,
think
good.
so.
Uh-oh.
So you know how we had
Oh,
the B-12 bomber that that everybody, I don't know, I did, thought it was alien technology, right? There's a new
Yes.
aircraft coming that's going to really, really make everybody know that we have alien technology. That's coming. There's an aircraft. It might have something to do with the drones too. There's some really advanced aircraft. It's ours. It's coming. So
I know Rebecca has said there were going to be flying cars eventually. What do you think about that, Rebecca?
Yeah, I think that it could be true.
The technology and these drones that are flying over New Jersey is potentially, it's already like, it's not really aliens, but they're UAPs, but they're, and a lot of this stuff is unknown. But I think a lot of this technology is coming from China. And, whether or not it's, the B-2 bomber flies over our house every year on New Year's Day. Literally by my house, I can see it go by. And I can see the top of it. It's so, because it's at eye level when it flies over the Rose Bowl for the Rose Parade. And it's just, I love watching it every year. It's just so astounding at the technology that we have. And it just makes it gives you goosebumps. It's so cool. But I believe it. I believe that the aeronautic industry and the military is building bigger and better technology, and we're not going to be able to even know what half of it is, because it has to be kind of a surprise, right? If you're in a war. So Drew's nodding his head.
The one thing I do agree with, and I've said this for a while, is the earthquake. And where I just tell people to get, I'm not saying to be afraid, but to get earthquake prepared.
Get that earthquake insurance and get the generator.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You just said that. We just renewed our earthquake insurance, and Sherman and I are looking for a generator.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? To be prepared. So not to be paranoid, but to be prepared that you're not caught off guard with no water, no food, and just get your prepare your prepared kit.
I can't resist asking this because one of the most disturbing qualities of the last 10 years for me has been how panic-ridden, safety-prone. I don't want to use too strong a language, but I could. People have lost their backbone or something. Are we going to find our purpose and our ability to be humans again? I mean, biological beings without hiding in a hole?
Yes, because the thing is, that's why I said be prepared, but not paranoid.
I know. That's what triggered my thought. It's like people are just panic all the time. They seem to like the panic.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Because I just feel like we live in California, so obviously we're going to have an earthquake.
Yes, and fires.
Yeah, and fires. And, if you lived in the Midwest, you're going to come across tornadoes.
Yes.
So my thing.
And Florida is going to have a hurricane.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
They're going to have them. So, just be prepared.
Yeah.
The only problem with the earthquake insurance, we've paid for it before, is that they say that sometimes it just doesn't pay out because they don't have the money for it.
Like it goes bankrupt?
Yeah, they never, it's not the best insurance to buy. I'm not going to tell people to run out and buy it. But
I just said we need to run and buy it.
No.
Well, my mom has a good one. Last time in the Northridge earthquake, our house, was so close to it. And it paid out.
Good.
Yeah, so she's done her research on that. My
If
mom's
it's that
91
big,
now.
though.
Yeah, she's not going to pay for something that's not going to pay.
A 7.0 earthquake would just destroy LA.
No, we're pretty well set up for that. An 8.5 or something would.
Yeah.
And what the problem is that we've done so much. Look, one of the reasons we can't build housing in this city is our earthquake codes. And the fact is, what's going to happen, we're going to be cut off from water and food out east. That's the big problem.
So you have to figure out how do you prepare for that?
Right, exactly. And I think everybody in the
Everything
world.
I said about our bottled water supply.
Drew made me cancel my last water supply right before we really need it because I guess the water's not drinkable in Pasadena right now. Anyways, I'm going to also see if there's any questions on Rumble or
Emily can watch that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people are commenting right now. They're saying they're noticing rainbows coming out of your eyes. Several people. They're saying that they're seeing something. Have you gotten that before?
Okay.
I don't know what
show Rebecca's eyes.
Yeah, they're saying they're seeing some. Two people in the comments have said
she
that.
She has pure soul.
They're feeling some like indigo child energy, some type of
mine, the other girls, right?
Yours.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's funny is that is not the first time I've heard stuff like that.
Everyone's freaking out, and they're more worried about that than the earthquake. They're happier. They want to know what you know.
We'll get to her.
And then other than that, people are wanting to ask Drew if the pancreas is related to Ozempic.
Ooh, that's a great question. I would say not. There's concern about these. No, just let's say no. I mean, Ozempic works on the pancreatic enzymes and things, but I know of no evidence. We were talking about improvements in cancer outcome, not more cancer. So I would say no.
Okay, thank you guys. Back
Ozempic,
to you, Susan.
Ozempic can cause sepsis. So you know, I learned that this year because I lost a friend to it.
Well, I just lost a client to pancreatic cancer.
It's rough.
Do you guys know who Diane Delano is?
Delano, yeah.
Yeah, she was an actress. And unfortunately, I said to her, "Do you have stomach issues?" And she says, "Oh, I always have stomach issues."
Oh no!
But unfortunately, she didn't
make it.
I don't necessarily know that she didn't take it seriously, but she didn't make it.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
She just passed
right, Drew?
recently.
Getting.
I'm sorry for your loss, Rebecca.
Yeah, and then there was another lady when we were talking about the cancer. She was almost like a TikTok star. Her name was, I think if you've seen her on there, her name was Kathy Fink, and she had the heart tumor.
Oh.
Had 6 kids.
Oh boy.
And it's really sad because they haven't come far enough to have helped her.
Yeah.
And that was
Well, the
really
medical
sad.
system sucks right now. So I don't know. Having a good medical workup and having a great doctor to be able to pinpoint that is very difficult these
Yeah.
days, especially during the pandemic. We were really
Well, that's another thing I wanted to predict, that we can't just say there's no more pandemics.
Yeah.
That's another thing that we should, again, not
prepared,
paranoid,
right.
be prepared.
yeah. We
And
need
That you can
Right
make
over
it
there.
stay in your house and not have to leave. But,
Contagion kits right over there. We're prepared.
yeah.
Yeah.
drdrew.com/TWC. Everybody.
Mhm.
We are one of our sponsors is drdrew.com/TWC, the wellness company, and you can go there and buy their wellness kit and be prepared in case there's a fire and the CVS burns down and you have to flee from your home. You have all of the antibiotics and kits in one kit that you need if you're on the road or if you're in a pandemic or you're in a hurricane.
So let me give a little quick pitch on how we got involved with TWC, which is, where's my camera here? So there. That
Sorry.
Wait, there.
yeah. During the it's the delay. During the pandemic, we had restriction in our ability to get medical care because of political issues. It was astonishing that the government did things that was so harmful to people and hurt so many people. So we took the position with TWC, you've got to be ready yourself. And so they have telehealth, they have booklets that tell you how to use these kits. We have 7 different kits for different situations. One, give me the field kit. Yeah. A big one, this field kit is the one we used during the fire. It's amazing. And we have, the medical board put together these kits. So people, simple to use things that can make a huge difference in your life. You shouldn't have to wait a month to see a doctor. You shouldn't have to pay a ton to go to an urgent care. You should have access to these things and you should be ready with them at all times. So
Yeah.
the fire was, again, we reached into that damn kit during the fire too.
I did.
When everything was closed down and pharmacies were
I
burning
had
up.
a UTI.
Too much information.
I can't open this. Can you open it?
Cranberry
Drew?
juice in there?
Yeah.
No, you gotta.
Got a little.
It's
Got
hard
that
to open this thing.
sulfa drug, and it. My fingernails. I don't want to
No,
break
it's
a
just
nail.
really hard to
Yeah, you have to be able to get into it.
invested in those nails. There we go. This thing will go through.
So yeah, here's some of the
wow.
items inside. So
But everything has telehealth backup and descriptions on how
get
to
in
use
your
them and
big
things.
Tesla truck
So-
and you take this with you, and you can take care of all your friends who have any medical problems. But basically, when you call in to the wellness company, you meet with a doctor, you get the medications that will not affect you. You want to make sure if you're allergic to penicillin that you don't die from taking something. It has we have hydroxychloroquine, we have ivermectin, we have,
Well,
which we can
Tamiflu
now
for the
see on
bird flu.
YouTube. And we also
Yeah, the bird flu.
we have Tamiflu for the bird flu. We have, and then all your doxycycline and also if you have an STD, you can take. You've got it right by your side. So
So in 2025, I'm going to have the Dr. Drew store, and one of the things that is extraordinary to me is that not only can people prevent HIV with PrEP, you can also prevent any STD taking doxycycline after the majority of STDs with doxycycline, and people don't know this. And there's all these things you can get access to. It should be just commonplace as part
Right.
of individual
you
healthcare.
need to get one, Rebecca.
Yeah, I do. I think I looked into getting one already.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, whoop your mics off, I think.
Susan, some people in the chat wanted to know the brand of that again.
It's
drdrew.com/TWC.
the wellness
The wellness company.
The wellness company.
But go to our link and you'll get a discount, 10%
So how about
off.
Harry and Meghan? Is that one of the things is on your radar?
Wait. Let's
Drew wants to make this a gossip channel.
I
I know.
enjoyed that so much. A little 3 minutes of gossip.
I know. Okay, I'm going to let Andrew. I have to
we're
let
Virgos.
Andrew finish up because we segued his.
Yeah,
his
people said Andrew still had a few more. They're really keeping on top in the chat today. So
Yes.
back to you, Andrew.
yeah, they're spiritually they know. that
They know
he's
I
not
have a
done.
few more. I like that. Well, I'm just looking at Trump's presidency right out of the gate and how impressive he is. He learns from the past, but he's still Trump. He's going to say stupid things. We got to expect it. That's going to happen relatively soon. Yeah, let's see here. I think I covered a lot of my stuff that I was. The sinkhole thing is intriguing to me because I don't know. I see it in this major
Sinkhole.
city. like an actual
Sinkhole.
like skyscraper of sort, a big building going down. Like when you see sinkholes that I've ever seen, they've been on the road or next to a house. You know what I mean? So I'm just seeing some weird sinkhole that happens in a major city. So we'll see.
That's interesting. Maybe Singapore or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of an island, or New York.
Yeah.
We had a earthquake in New York too, and I wonder if we're going to
In New
have
York?
another one of those. Yes, we did.
Oh.
We had it.
Well, they have a fault in Manhattan, don't they?
I guess so. And
Yeah.
Robin was in my apartment, and it hit. And we're in a 91 floor building, and it just kind of, does one of these sway things. So it had to be scary. I had a dream about that. I had a dream that when I was building it, that the whole thing started falling down and everything was sliding towards the window. And I was going, Mom, I'm coming to see you.
Is that building on rollers?
Yes, I think
that's
so.
good.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. Drew might know better than me.
I don't know the answer, but it seems like it
Yeah.
handled it well.
Yeah, no,
Let me
it's a
see.
brand new building, so it's
I think
built.
I think it does. I think you remember you
But
telling me that.
I do wonder if we're going to have another earthquake in New York. I'm curious about that.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I don't
Susan,
know
really
that you'd be
quick.
there when it happened anyway.
Susan, your
Yes.
granddaughter that's about to be born, I just got a download of a possible prodigy, like a very advanced musically. I would get involved in piano or violin. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm saying this baby's going to excel. Everybody thinks their child's special, but this one is.
She is.
Yeah, and yeah.
Well,
I mean, right out of the gate,
funny
you're
you
gonna
should
notice
say that.
differences with her.
It's funny you should say that. I don't know if
Prodigy.
you knew this, but my son is a musician, and my grandfather was a musician, and Drew's mother was a musician, and
Oh,
And Drew can
geez.
sing.
yes,
didn't know
and also my son is an opera singer, and we're from a musical family, so it would make sense if she has it. I hope so. I think
I
Prodigy.
feel like she does.
That'd
Have
be
they
fun.
been playing music to her already?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's not born yet.
Yeah,
yes, yes. They play music. They sing. I told my son he has to sing,
Yeah.
and so they do.
I
And
feel like she's already heard the music.
they can hear in
She plays
utero.
piano all the time.
Oh.
All the
And
time.
honestly, like
Makes sense.
when my babies were inside, I used to sing a lot before I
Gave birth.
stopped till I had the babies, and I stopped singing. No, I'm kidding. But it is known that they can hear you, and it is good to play music and sing and play piano. So hopefully that'll work. But thank you, Andrew. I'm excited to see that happen because I love
Well, I
music.
can't wait to
so.
see
Yeah, I
her
think she's
come.
going to start coming
And
soon.
I
3
telling
days,
you that
2
your
days.
baby, that she was stuck, was an understatement. Oh, sorry. No, I will. You asked me
About
a
2
week
weeks
ago
ago.
or so.
No, it
2
was like
weeks.
2
I
weeks
said-
ago. He goes, well, it's going to come on this day, and it might get stuck in the birth canal. Well, it's proven true. It won't. She's not ready yet. So, well, but hopefully tomorrow or
Maybe
the
within
next day.
the next 3
Decision
days.
will
Yeah.
be made for
I hope
you.
so.
The decision will be made for you. So
It's in
That's
God's
what I see.
hands,
So-
Andrew.
Yes.
That's all I can do. No, I am so excited to meet her, this little nugget. So we'll hopefully be fortunate enough to do that this
already got
weekend.
her first onesie.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so.
So do you have anything else, or can I move on to Lauren?
I don't. I covered a lot of stuff. I was
You
really
did, and I'd
very
love
honored
for-
to be part of this.
Oh, you're absolutely. I love you. I love this prediction idea. It's something I like to do once a year, and thank God you guys are all getting along. So that's the good news. Drew, do you have any predictions before we move to
I have
Lauren?
no predictions. Let's hear Lauren.
Okay.
Harry and Megan aren't going to get along so well. I think it's going to be trouble.
They're already
in the
broken
royal
up,
family.
honey.
Are they? Emily, are they already broken up?
I thought they
Okay.
were. Oh, okay.
No predictions about William's wife, though. What's her name?
I know,
The-
Kate. If
yeah.
she's okay.
Mm.
She's pretty sick.
Oh,
I think she's going to be fine.
Okay.
News?
You can cure ovarian cancer. They haven't come clean yet about what she has. I'm telling you, she has ovarian cancer.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah,
but
and they can cure
I
that.
feel like she's going to be okay. I think they
Amazing.
caught it probably in the nick of time.
Mm.
And she's had the good treatment.
Mm.
And I didn't see any death around her. I didn't either last time, but I'm predicting that she's going to be just fine.
Amazing.
Okay, so Lauren Rainbow. Hopefully it'll be good news.
Well, I mean, first off, thank you for having me here. This is kind of, I feel like a novice with these amazing psychics here, kind of doing predictions. So I'm going to take a stab at some of the things I was feeling. Ironically, if we do want to talk about the gossip stuff, I had written down earlier about Harry and Meghan. I know it sounds like they may not be together, but I think we're going to see a lot more come up this year, especially around May, June time, where we may start to see more separations, because I keep seeing Harry going back to England and back toward being more connected to the royal family. So I'll be curious to see what kind of stuff looks like there. I do believe news came out yesterday or the day before that Kate is well and is coming back to work. So I think we'll see her kind of popping up more in the royal family, if that's something you guys wanted to look at a little bit. But I think we're going to continue to see her kind of staying a little bit in the background for this year, as we see big changes, I think, happening around where William's role will take place in the royal family this year. I think we're going to see more of William stepping up in place of his father, even though Charles is still around, and kind of see him kind of taking more of a lead there. So that was just a little bit of the royal family hit I got earlier. Excuse me. So I thought I'd throw that in there in the gossip side of all of this. On other good news, I would say if people are looking for a safe place to live in the United States, I think you'll see areas of northern New England remaining really safe from natural disasters other than blizzards and snowstorms, which is what they're already accustomed to. So if you don't mind the cold, you may find those areas to be a little bit better as far as, kind of getting out of the area of natural disasters. But I'm feeling like when we were talking about California and the wildfires earlier, sending so much love first to everybody out there who is moving through, all of that's happening in that area. But I think I think it was Andrew that may have said earlier that we may not see that happen quite as severely this year. Maybe it was Rebecca. And I did get a sense earlier that after this initial piece, there'll be a bit more of an eye out and better prep for future worries this way. So I just wanted to kind of affirm that a little bit. And if I can throw in one more gossip one that popped in and that's been on my mind is with the Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni situation. I really kind of feel this is not going to come out well for Ryan Reynolds of all of them. So I think we're going to see here in the coming months his role in that kind of situation get pulled out more and more. So I think you may sadly see, especially in where people feel about him, but maybe a little bit of a fall from grace in that side. So that was kind of my gossip
happens,
stuff.
Rob, I'm going to interrupt, Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah,
Should
please.
that happen to him, let me mitigate that to the best I can. I've known him back since Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Shop TV show 30 years ago, whatever it was, 25 years ago. Nicest guy in the world, smartest guy in the world. Everybody that I know that actually knows him says the same thing. So if it is a fall from grace, which happens to everybody, I hope he just rides it out.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, I would love to see that happen. He's truly one of my favorites.
Got a personal connection. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a really great guy. I'm sure can be demanding.
People are blaming him. I'm seeing memes online, and there's a lot of people out there blaming Ryan for Blake's PR move, but I'm not really sure why. So maybe that's what she's alluding to.
Maybe. Look, he may have look, everybody, you can't be in public without having a shitstorm.
Also, I don't think anyone can get canceled anymore.
Yeah.
Can get canceled?
I think everyone's safe.
I think you can't get canceled, but you can still have to go through a shitstorm.
Yeah.
So,
and lawyers.
Yeah.
So could you guys, I think I missed the whole story, like what the premise of the situation is. Can you explain it to me and whoever out there is just like me? Just in a quick paragraph.
There was a movie that came out, watched it, forgot
Yes.
The name. Yeah, maybe Lauren can explain.
You want to explain it?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
feel like she's tapped in.
I can kind of give you a little bit about it because it's just something that keeps popping in. And by the way, Dr. Joy, I totally agree with you. Ryan's one of my favorite actors, so I do hope it is not a huge fall, but it just doesn't sit well in my energy of what's going on there. So a movie came out a bit ago. It ends with Us, with Blake Lively as an actress and Justin Baldoni as the director and actor. There's a lot of lawsuits going back and forth right now, multiple $1 million lawsuits, and they're kind of going back and forth with defamation and other kind of situations. So in the Hollywood scheme of things, I think it really may bring a lot of attention to Hollywood and really maybe even clean up productions a bit more and getting things organized there. I just feel like Ryan Reynolds is getting caught in the crosshairs of it all. And I kind of feel like he's going to be, sadly, a little bit scrutinized through this. But I hope it, like Dr. Drew said, it doesn't become too serious.
Oh, good.
I hope I put that in a nutshell very well.
Thank you. So what's your next topic of interest?
I really wanted, Susan, you and I had emailed about this one, and that was kind of social media and what is happening there. When I first emailed you, there was a lot of concerns that TikTok was going to be canceled. And even in the email, I had said, is TikTok really going to be canceled? Which, as we can already see, it may not be. It looks like there's going to be a war to save it between the two different, the soon to be president and the one, Biden heading out. And I do think that when we see what's happening in social media, we're going to see a lot of, I don't want to use the word reform, but I think we're going to see a lot of changes, especially on the Facebook, Instagram, Zuckerberg side of that. There's been really positive growth for people on TikTok and the speed in which they can grow. And I think there's more frustration in the world of Facebook and Instagram and the struggle to grow there. So I do believe we'll see in the coming months some changes to make perhaps growth with Instagram and Facebook a bit easier. But I think Facebook itself is going to really continue to struggle to be a major player in the social media world this year. So I'll be kind of curious to see. I feel like people are going to try to figure out new streaming services. As we see, Red Note is a possible new one. I don't think that's going to grow far or fast, especially if we do see TikTok being saved, which I think it will be fully saved. We may see a quick shutdown around TikTok, but I don't think that's going to last for long before we see it rejuvenate and come back alive. So I'm curious to see how social media is really going to play out this year, but I think we're going to see a lot of changes in the industry. And the other thing I got or kept seeing was more and more people who rely on these kind of, Facebook, YouTube to survive, really creating almost their own networks in a way to kind of move away from needing and relying on, these massive social media platforms and perhaps seeing smaller ones rise up, maybe not quite to the same height as Instagram, Facebook, Meta, and TikTok, but really maybe playing a major role in how we really work with social media this year. So I think we're going to see a huge social media overhaul this year and perhaps some more independence coming up and creating new networks that I think will be very competitive with the big ones that we see out there now.
That's a great idea. We had kind of a interesting thing happened this week with YouTube. We were censored on YouTube this week, and then we mentioned it on X, which is YouTube's competitor for our video stream today. Everybody on X, hi, shout out to X, hi to YouTube, where a couple of the Ask Dr. Drew shows were taken down for medical misinformation. And Kaleb, who happens to be here, tell him what you did, Kaleb.
I posted, with Drew, we posted a thread on X that went very viral. It got about 10 million views. It was responded to by Elon Musk and pretty much every prominent reporter and person that fights for free speech. They were on it and looking at just how ridiculous this is. It was basically, they were saying that Dr. Drew was speaking medical misinformation on the show when the people on screen were two licensed physicians. And as I said before, Drew has been a licensed physician for 40 years. That's double the time YouTube has even been around. So I don't know where they think that they have the authority or the qualifications to judge between two physicians on screen. So we talked about it, and I think they're backpedaling. They put the videos back up, and we are going to be on a phone call with them soon to try and
And I want to talk about Elon later too.
Hang on, and Kaleb went to the re-education camp.
Yes.
And he's sharing it with them. We're going to share it with the world.
For the second time.
We're going to share this
again.
re-education program with the world.
Oh yeah. So I got screenshots. I'm gonna post some of those up soon. We'll post those so you can see
But
just how ridiculous
What
this
I've
is.
learned from Facebook shadow banning us, which may be the reason why they're having problems, because they're not making money over there anymore. Everybody's moved over to other platforms. I started out on Facebook, and then I went to YouTube, and then they started censoring us. Then I went to Rumble, and they have not censored us. So we have our Rumble crew. Yo, everybody on Rumble. And then we also are on X, which used to be Periscope, but X is also freedom of speech oriented with Elon behind the helm. And I think that's part of it. He saw that a show that he has on his platform is being censored on another platform. And it's not American. 9 million people looked at it. It was very well received. It was the perfect time for Kaleb to reach out to the general public and express, this indecent behavior. It's just wrong. It's silly. We've been running from YouTube for a long time. They demonetize you. They give you strikes. This time they just took it down, and then they didn't take our platform down, but somebody saw us on X from the YouTube creators. It's just all AI bots. And they said, "Oh, we're so sorry," and then they put it back up. So Kaleb pulled off a huge event this week for us. But what you're saying about, something like TikTok, some people are making a living over there. They're actually, they have all these like ways of making money through TikTok, like I've seen psychic mediums on there doing tarot cards. They get paid. They get little, bits and pieces of money here. My son actually works his business through TikTok, and, it's scaring the hell out of him. It's not good. I don't think that they're taking it down maybe for the wrong reasons, because it is owned by a Chinese company. And I think that TikTok listens to you every day because I am paranoid. I don't have a platform on my phone. And when I do go on TikTok, I have to log in and then I log out again because I think it listens to you. I'm super paranoid. But yeah, they need to look at these things seriously, but taking away American income, and people will find other ways, like you said, but it'll be hard. You have to work your way up from the bottom, just like we did from YouTube at the beginning and Facebook from the beginning. And, then we worked at Rumble from the beginning. It takes time to get your audience in the right place or, sell your goods. But really good insight there. I think we all need to look outside the box and not depend on one platform, maybe do what we do and be on all the platforms at the same time.
See which one sticks, right?
Yes. Well, we're keeping YouTube because it is still we've had a long-term relationship with them. We have a lot of shows there, a lot of viewers, a lot of fans. Like we were thinking maybe we'll take, my show off Drew's platform because it wasn't very many viewers comparatively. I said, but that's a lot of viewers for my world. So, we're still on this one because, otherwise they wouldn't, we don't want to lose our followers, even though it's a small number of people, because they're like Dexter's Lure Lab or This Too Shall Pass. Hi, everybody. We have, let's see who else there is on all the time. Although Mickey, that's a cute name. Everybody there on YouTube, I've seen you on our Dr. Drew show, and thank you for joining us. Some people on Drew's platform are not really big into psychics, so you won't see everybody. But Casey Gates is there, and thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. And give us a little thumbs up too. That's always nice. But okay, so what do you think, Drew? Should we move on to the next topic?
Lauren was still talking
About
all kinds of
next
things.
topic. Yeah.
I was going to say, as far as the social media piece, I think we covered that. But it's funny that you keep going back to YouTube a little bit because they're the only one that I feel like just kind of keeps floating along without, they may, like you said, they may kind of cramp down on things that they see. But as far as them kind of going anywhere, I think they're always going to remain this very strong and steady platform that doesn't really seem to see a lot of crisis come toward it in the way that we may see with Facebook. So I just I'll just kind of add that to the end as far as the social media piece.
Good to know.
Lauren, with that, do you think
I had a question for Lauren.
Do you think that YouTube will change? Like, will they, because it's a very different world now than it was about 4 years ago. And so they might have felt safer. Hey, we can censor these people because they're the outcasts, and we can just get away with it. But now the tide has shifted. Facebook has changed. Like Zuckerberg came out and was more free speech. X was leading the way on that. Rumble was around because all these platforms weren't having free speech. So it's like YouTube is the last one that's hanging on right now. And do you think they're going to stick to that? Or do you think there will be some cultural shift there that they might make?
That's a great question. And to really answer that directly, I don't think that they're going to make big changes. I do think that's why they will remain kind of this long running consistent, because we're seeing Meta and, other ones kind of being a little bit more restrictive in terms of like free speech and stuff like that. I feel like YouTube's going to play the game that they have and just kind of go, you can rely on us, guys. We're just going to be here. Mm-hmm. Again, we're seeing some restrictions, like we saw what you're just talking about, Susan, with Dr. Drew's show, and then it coming back up. But I don't think they're going to go free, like limit of free speech, or, one thing that we're seeing in our industry here, especially like with things like Facebook, targeting even specific kind of foundations like spiritual people and saying, we maybe don't agree with what you're saying, so we're going to limit your reach. So I feel like YouTube's going to kind of remain as best as they can. It's like Switzerland, they may kind of remain as
they shadow ban us. Yeah.
I'd love it if they went more Switzerland than the way they are, because the way they are, it's like a
they're more
totalitarian
CCP.
nightmare. Yeah. I mean, if they did go Switzerland, that's actually my goal. Like, I want them to be more Switzerland. I think that would be what's best for them, to be nonpartisan in that way and go back to what they originally were. It would be great. Yeah. You don't have to be on a side. You just stop banning people that say things that your staff doesn't like. Like, you need a better staff that are there, that are able to have...
The bots don't like.
Right, exactly. Just like think clearly about this. Like, the powers that you give to your allies right now are going to be used against you by your enemies later. So do you really want to start wielding that power and throwing people out when that's going to be used against your own people in 4 years from now? Like,
I know.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Like
again,
so
as we see, they may be kind of conflicted now, but I feel like they kind of, as we see, especially again, I'm really going to, in emailing Susan the other day, it was really about, Meta and some of the big changes that they're making, seeing Zuckerberg kind of switch to the side here. There's definitely going to be some changes on the Meta side, but I feel like you're going to see YouTube kind of go, well, wait a second, let us kind of get more reasonable here since everybody else isn't. So it might take a little adjustment and flow, but I feel like they'll balance out in place with Switzerland.
I hope we had something to do with it. I really do, because during the pandemic, we had this guy called Dr. Droops do a video about Drew that was so horrible. And he posted on YouTube. I don't even know who this person was. I had to hire a private detective to find out who it was, because I didn't know if it was my next door neighbor, if it was my best friend. Like, it was just terrible. And they kept that up. And they took it down and then they put it back up. But we could never get an answer from them. We could never get any help from them. That video is still up. But then we just got constantly in trouble for using the word hydroxychloroquine.
Wait, do you hear that person on the line? I mean, they keep like, oh, like they were having trouble breathing or something?
No.
Was that you guys? Anybody having a little trouble breathing or anything?
Not on my side.
No.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just hearing it's a woman, and she was going, oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I have to tell you one thing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I didn't know if anybody was hearing that, and I just heard it really loud again. I think you might have seen the rainbows, like they said, coming out of my eyes. Uh-huh. But rainbow indicates you have to have rain, right, to see a rainbow.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we're going to get a miracle and get some rain.
Okay.
And then maybe some of the people get to see rainbows, because that's what it's associated with.
So are you hearing a spirit gasping?
I thought maybe they knew. I
didn't
know.
hear anything.
Mm-hmm. And maybe, yeah. And she's like,
maybe your earbuds up higher.
No, it's coming through loud.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is your earbud too high?
No,
Okay.
it's not me. I'm not doing it. So
Yeah, and I'd hear it too
That's
over
okay.
on this side if it was in her headset.
yeah, it's a woman, and I haven't been doing that. So
Okay.
Kaleb, you heard it too?
No, I said I don't hear it, and if it was in your headset, I would have heard it. So I'm not hearing the sound.
Yeah. Remember I mentioned that woman, Kathy Fink,
Yes.
the one that died?
Yes.
She was having a lot of trouble breathing.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
I don't
she's
know.
saying hi.
Yeah, maybe because I mentioned her.
Hey, Kathy.
And I was thought an appropriate way to reach out to her daughter because her daughter's got like a TikTok,
Yes.
to just tell her if she wants to talk to her
Speaking
mother.
of TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how people communicate. So, it's taking I am not into taking something down that is people use for business or communication. But if we can get to the bottom of whatever is nefarious going on behind it, definitely is a good idea to take care of. And maybe if Elon Musk buys it,
Yeah, I
then
heard it again just now.
you did?
Yep.
I kind of heard a little something, no? Okay.
Nothing
All right.
on this side.
Okay, well, I'll just tell Kathy, if you are listening to this, I will reach out to your daughter. No worries.
On TikTok. Well, it's still here. So
They're right there. How could you guys not hear that?
did I take a deep breath?
I think she's picking up something in the other dimension.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
Well, that's what she does for a living. So
Yeah.
there's a good possibility.
And they
of
like to come through the microphones.
it. Okay. So
Oh.
it's making me want to
Go
cough.
ahead.
But okay. So when
There it
we,
was again.
yeah, I did hear it that time. That wasn't me, right?
Mm-mm.
I heard it was like that, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Does this happen a lot? Like where you just start hearing things? What do you do? Do you start talking to them?
Well, heaven has all kinds of technology. Maybe Kathy is listening, and it might be the fact that she wants me to call her, didn't you meet Tessie Ward before,
Maybe.
New York or something? Well, anyway, Tessie Ward was friends with her too.
Oh.
So there's a connection there. I don't
It's
know.
not Drew's phone making noise.
No, and I wasn't friends with her. I just watched her TikTok stuff.
Okay. So Lauren,
Hello.
do you have any sense of what Rebecca's tuning into?
I wasn't kind of getting the same energy, so I'm sure if Rebecca is in there, we'll say hi to Catherine. And I don't hear anything as well, so it's not coming into my energy.
Okay. So
Okay.
so we'll go on with did you have another topic that you wanted to?
I mean, if there's one
into?
more, I'll throw in there really quick. It piggybacks a little bit off Andrew when he was talking about, the connection to, seeing more, I forgot the words you used, Andrew, but kind of seeing more ET support in our military buildings of things. And we were talking about like UFOs and potential, maybe more sightings or more revelations about how the ET energy has been around us, has been influencing us. I think we're definitely going to see things come to light in the end of 25 into 26, showing more connection with that technology addition, but as well as more revelations that we already know that they've been here. We've already know that they revealed that, but I think we're going to see more and more come out, and maybe more through leaks versus the government just saying it. So we might see some leaks coming through in the end of this year to the beginning of 26 that kind of bring that more to the surface, which honestly I kind of love. I'm a little bit of a geek about that.
But is it an alien or just is it China? That's what I want to know.
That's a great question. I definitely think we're looking more into the ET realm. Not that China isn't indeed influencing some things, but I do see this as, extraterrestrial technology being more forefront in that it's already been here. I just think we're going to see more revealed of how we already have this knowledge and it's starting to be influenced more. So I definitely think we'll see more revelations around this. I don't think we'll per se see a UFO land in 2025, unlike it did in our Halloween show that we did back a couple months ago with Cindy.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that we'll start to see more knowledge being revealed of what we do know about it, and it's showing up more and more in our systems, playing more and more
Don't you
of
think
a role
it's funny
there.
though? We did the whole Halloween segment And I was like, oh, yeah, there's an orb flying over the Statue of Liberty. And then 2 weeks later, there were orbs flying over the Statue of Liberty. I mean, literally, I was like, did I bring them here? What happened? Like, and Cindy talked about energy. Aliens aren't, necessarily like little green men that jump out of a flying saucer or whatever. It's more of an energy. So like when you see those weird little things flashing by, the energy's going by and the little orbs, I mean, they come in swarms, unless they're drones. That is sort of what you guys are talking about. It's this sort of energy. And the minute she said that, my internet blew out in the Hudson Yards. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, we can't talk about aliens in this apartment. We're going to do a show on UAPs and drones next week with Emily Hagen and
JK Ultra.
Yes.
Jennifer Carmody will be on to talk about all of that. But who knows there might be an alien invasion before next week.
Yeah. So
things are moving fast.
Something exists, and
We're
what is
calling it out.
It's hard. What's hard to explain is these things that we see and we can't explain them, and then nobody has I want you guys to call these things out. I want you to tell me what you think it is spiritually, because you seem to have a better idea than the normal average person like me.
I mean, I definitely think we've been working with this energy, with the energies, I call it ET versus alien, but with the energy of the extraterrestrial realm for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. And as somebody who's traveled to places like Egypt, it is written on the walls there. So the evidence is there. We just got to, I think, pay way more attention to what we realize. But I think we'll see way more of that come clear, and maybe not in a way that's scary or intimidating. Because again, it's not like blue-green men are going to come down and take over the world. But I do think we're going to really see the revelation of more and more of how that influence has been already involved in our lives. I do think that the government is very clear about that.
I'd like to know more. So what about you,
I have one last
Andrew? What say
prediction,
you,
Susan.
Andrew? What say
I have one
you,
last
Andrew?
prediction. Well, I see Drew actually doing something that makes you fall in love with him all over again. So something with your love with Drew this year. There's something happening because you guys are so used to each other. You know that, very familiar. So it's up to Drew to find out what that is.
To unlock the code.
Oh, wrong camera.
I thought
Yeah,
maybe
there
they
is
were
one.
good because of the UTI.
Obviously, it wasn't enough. But I was going to ask about us, but it felt too narrow for the predictions today. But thank you for that.
Let's reconnect
Is
to
it
30 years
Trouble
ago.
in Paradise, you two?
What's that? What's that, Andrew?
Connect to 30 years ago. How long have you known Susan?
40 years?
I'm 10 years in. Go back there to rekindle something.
Done it done.
I'm glad you said that, though. That means a lot to me.
Okay.
No, I thought you meant he was going to get a show that was going to make the world fall in love with him all over again, which how could they not
What about you
be
two?
in love with him? Oh,
Everybody loves him.
how is that? Does that make you
The
feel
only
good?
person that matters
What's that?
is you.
That's
Susan's the
right.
only one that matters.
I mean, maybe Andrew had to coach me up. I should have said that.
Yeah, you guys, he needs a mentor.
Yeah, Virgos, we're not the best. We're not the most present lovers, I was told yesterday.
Oh, yesterday?
That's brutal.
Drew's validating me because I was told to get off my phone and that my boyfriend should dump me. And I just told the woman, I'm on a show and Dr. Drew's on his phone and he's a Virgo, so I'm fine. Like, we're just Virgos.
He was on his phone. He's like looking down. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Thank you, Andrew, for that.
The comments, a lot of people wanted to acknowledge the sad passing away of David Lynch. So rest in peace to such a great leader in the film. I don't know if you have anything to say about David Lynch.
Me?
I know earlier you were mentioning a little bit.
Well, Sherman had been to his house before and been able to see some of his artwork. He said it was really good because I don't know if people know he was also an artist. And I think that's all I mean, I know he did movies too and stuff, but I don't know much about him except what Sherman told me. Like, I did not know he was an artist.
Yeah.
So, and he
Sad
said
we have to get old and
his artwork went for a lot of money at one point. It went for $10,000, but I'm sure now it's going to go way up.
All right, collect it.
Yeah, he also did transcendental meditation. I don't know if the psychics here are. He's like the lead. He was like the poster boy of transcendental
TM
meditation.
guys.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned wars. We're going to wrap these wars up.
Oh, I was going to bring something up. That I
Wait,
think
Lauren, are you done?
Wait,
Before we
Yeah,
go.
I mean, if
You can
you,
go.
yeah, I've covered the ones I had written down, so
Okay.
happy to
All right.
I
keep
think
going.
there's a big breakthrough in the war in Gaza
Yes.
this year, so that sounds good. And do they have any more hostages there? That
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, Trump tweeted yesterday that it's about to be over, but
They're getting 30% of them out.
They're
whatever
letting
that means.
they're letting some out.
Oh, I didn't know.
Biden's taken responsibility for it, but the Trump and the Biden administration are working together to make it follow through. The one thing in the world that they are not
Oh,
changing.
No.
No?
You didn't see Biden's speech last night.
Now
He
what
took
happened?
Full responsibility for everything.
Yeah.
Trump's taking full responsibility on Truth Social.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad because that's what I was going to say. I think
Exactly.
there's-
Whatever. They get to come home.
Who
That's the
cares who
important
gets
thing.
credit?
Yeah.
We just want it to be over. I did have a question for the psychics. Did anyone see that Netanyahu canceled his flight to the inauguration?
Did he?
Should we be worried about anything at inauguration?
Mm,
No,
No.
no.
not directly impacted. I don't feel.
Cool.
I
I'm
agree.
in that paranoid mindset. Be prepared, not paranoid.
Yeah, that's it. Be prepared, not paranoid.
So according to the war, I mean, I have an anonymous psychic who.
Netanyahu would be the one to know.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I said if something was going to happen, I do not feel Netanyahu would be the first to know. So I mean,
There's a
I
lot
was.
of conspiracies online about it.
You're implying him not showing up means that there was something going to happen, or wondering.
And he's behind it.
No.
I do have an anonymous psychic who mentioned it. The war in Israel will appear to have stopped, but there'll be extension cover up of of ongoing warfare that won't make it in the news in time to show the truth. This is because other nations must take what they intended to in the first place. They will have to pretend they're supporting a ceasefire when helping themselves to resources that aren't theirs. And then also she mentioned something about World War, and these are things that just come to her head. Many U.S. citizens will choose to have leave the United States when World War III breaks out, and people become scared. A global pandemic and war will cause enough fear. Foul play will also cause fear, as people will be subjected to misinformation that they will create panic and cause many to flee. The United States is a resilient nation and will not fall entirely. It will go through a major disruption. In the end, it will be stronger. So there's a couple of war predictions that I got anonymously, which I don't know if you guys have any feelings about that.
Well, I feel that Israel's
like-
going to be indirectly at war with Iran for a little bit of time. I think that they already are to some degree with what's happening. So, yeah, I don't see any new big wars under Trump, though. But
I think she also mentioned 2028 or something things were going to get bad. But yeah, so anyways, that was a
They
little
always do every 4
uplifting.
years. It's every
Yeah.
4 years, like clockwork, right before an election. Strange how that happens. Or everything just goes shit right before
That's
elections.
true.
Wow.
That's true. Yeah, to try to
You
get
know
the
what I saw,
Republicans
Susan?
out or whatever.
you know what I saw really quick. I forgot to mention. I was looking at my notes. A small country. I think it's Afghanistan. I think they have mineral deposits or stuff that's untapped in there that could catapult their country into wealth. There's something there. I think it's Afghanistan. It's some country over there. There's going to be some sort of minerals discovered or something that's going to make them a player or become more advanced.
Would that be Greenland?
Yeah. Ooh,
Greenland?
maybe. Why'd you say that?
I think, isn't that the country that's been rumored that Trump wants to add as the 51st state? Is that Greenland they're talking about?
Ooh, I never heard that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Greenland.
I like that.
That
Yes.
is great.
Yeah, he's been Donald Trump Jr. actually went over there I think it was last week to, really drive home, hey, this is actually a serious thing that we want to do. And what I've been reading is that it's a huge amount of resources that are just completely untapped up in Greenland right now. It's also very strategic.
That actually.
What's going to happen to the Panama Canal? China going to take over all the way?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Rebecca.
And will
My first
we
message is
rebrand
no.
the ocean, the Gulf? Will we be rebranding the body of water to the Gulf of America?
No,
I
no.
don't think so.
It just seems like these are just crazy things that he's going to try to do, but I don't know.
Gulf of America doesn't even sound good.
You don't like the ring. There's no, but Trump said there's a ring. Trump said there's a nice ring to it.
It's because he thought of it.
Yeah.
So,
I think
he's so
we
funny.
want our milk prices to go down, but he's like, let me rebrand bodies of water.
Doesn't cost anything, Emily. I don't think so, anyway.
I can't remember where I saw it, but
I don't know if I'm right, but that was the first answer I got was no.
Remember we saw what?
I can't remember where I saw it, but we were talking about minerals or whatever, and I saw this thing where it was like, there would be restriction against China on rare earth metal exports after affecting U.S. tech industries, leading to mining booms in alternate regions.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I
Is that
read
the
that.
same anonymous?
No, it's a
person?
different one. But yeah, it's, the whole idea of what is it? The
Lithium?
is it lithium that they?
And rare metals, rare earth metals.
Yeah, but
And
it's whatever they use
lithium's
for
the battery.
The batteries. Yeah, they have and Trump's going to make China miserable, obviously, to protect the United States and cause issues with that. But that's how we got in this mess in the first place. But anyways, okay. So if anybody wants to have a wild card, maybe Rebecca, you can come up with something and we can all discuss it, and then we'll let Kaleb go and take care of his babies.
Oh my God. Yes. Congratulations on those babies.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if I have anything right now. Maybe
Okay.
one of the other guys do.
Okay, anybody?
My wild card is somebody getting too close to Trump. I see him putting their hands on him. CIA takes a lot of slack from this, of course. Way too close. There's plans, there's plots, they don't want him around. Somebody does. That's my wild card, is someone actually puts their hands on him.
Oh boy. How about RFK Jr.?
I kind of like the guy. I don't know. I mean, he's calling people out. The CIA, the Kennedy assassination. I mean, he's speaking a lot. To me, he's speaking the truth to a lot of things. I believe
Is
what
he
he's saying.
safe, though, do you think?
No. That was a quick no. No.
I
In
got a
fact,
no,
I had picked up on some sort of a hitman. It looked like a CIA hitman, like actually worked for the CIA. He seems believable. He's going to be coming out this year and talking about things like that. Maybe, yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, let's hope he has good support from the Secret Service and everybody else while he's in office. Now, here's my wild card question. What do we think about Elon Musk? What's going to happen with him? Are he and Vivek going to change the world?
Well, I do actually think he is an alien, really had another life on other planets.
I don't think
He is going to change the world. Is that what you're asking? I think he already did.
Well, I mean, when he in office or whatever he's doing, for the U.S. government, is there, or do you see anything in the future that stands out to you regarding him?
The thing that comes up, he's more of an asset than people think. And I think that he's more of an asset than anyone knows, actually. So his brain is different, in my opinion, than other people's. So that's what's going to make him an asset.
Too, actually.
He's got a little alien in him.
He definitely does.
Alien energy.
I see. Yeah. This was a great show, Susan.
His father said, you know what his father said, Elon Musk? That when he was in the second grade, the teacher actually thought he was retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the word they used.
Remember, Einstein had a similar experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he looked outside, and I think the story is that he said, look at the trees are green.
Mm-hmm.
So the teacher thought he was retarded. And his father goes, no, he's not retarded.
Do you remember?
He is.
Do you remember his opening monologue when he hosted Saturday Night Live? He said, "People say I have autism, or I have they were calling it Asperger's. I think I have Asperger's." He goes, "Have you seen me? Do you hear me talk?" Of course, I have Asperger's.
This week, one of the posts that I did that went viral was a poll. I don't know if this is inappropriate, but I asked my audience.
I hope so.
I asked, who would you rather have sex with, Gavin Newsom or Elon Musk?
How'd that go?
It was almost an overwhelming response to Elon Musk.
Good.
Yeah. So,
People are
and
growing up.
a lot of women around America. I think I'm going to read some of the replies I got later.
Oh, that's so funny.
Because people have really twisted sex fantasies about Elon. So
Spread that alien seed.
But you know what?
he's about to impregnate all of California.
Have they seen him
Yes,
without
he
his
is.
shirt on?
They don't care. They think he's freaky. They don't care.
Sorry, Elon, but with all that money, you could do something about
They
that.
want to recall Gavin and
talk.
also not have sex with Gavin.
Oh, he went on Ozempic,
Yeah, he's on his epic now.
Who?
which I don't
Elon.
recommend, Elon.
Elon.
If you're going to,
Stay out it long, please.
Please.
There's also
We
rumors
need you.
Trump's on Ozempic. And if you've seen pictures of him at
He's lost a
Mar-a-Lago,
lot of weight.
he looks
yeah.
like he's shrinking. I'm like, is he old or is he on
No,
Ozempic?
he's lost a lot of weight.
That makes
would
me
be
nervous.
interesting.
Yeah, he looked like the hunchback of Notre Dame in a tuxedo in these recent Getty photos. So
I'd like to tell the Trump and Elon, please get off of it after you lose weight, and because it is dangerous. So it can cause sepsis in your colon and kill you
there's
within
a
days.
new one called Zepbound that is coming highly recommended
Zepbound?
with
It's
less
a
side effects.
Triple agent. It's a triple as opposed to brain and gut. It has another mechanism on top of that.
Okay.
Oh.
And maybe you can use
I mean,
less of
I'm
it.
all for losing
Maybe.
weight. That's why we do V-Shred. It's a great organization. I've lost 20 pounds, but it's the healthy way to go. And I didn't take Ozempic. I know people who have, and when they lost the weight, I said, please get off of it now, because I have heard that it can cause some bad complications, including death. So, and I have a friend who may have died from it. So it makes me very sad. But anyways, who's the comedian I told that the ghost told me to tell her to get off of Ozempic?
Annie?
Annie Lee
Is she on Ozempic?
She was. She goes.
She's not fat.
I got off of the
But she's
Ozempic because a
got
ghost
very
told
small.
told Susan to get off Ozempic.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Everybody's on it.
yeah.
I took it once. Like my friend injected. I felt terrible on it. I just kept eating like sugar to stay awake. I lost.
Ooh.
Emily,
I'm probably the only person that lost no weight on Ozempic.
Emily, I know you also know.
So
like,
if anybody's wondering, that's Emily Hagan on the Voice of God.
Caleb's trying to talk. What's
Mike.
that, Caleb?
Yeah, Emily, I know you also know like a lot of the actor crew and the celebrities in Los Angeles. Have you met people that are doing what's called Ozempic microdosing yet?
I think that's what they're all doing, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know how widespread that was, but I had heard about that from someone who's in film, and she's just like, that's what she's doing. They just microdose it. That's what the celebrities tend to be doing. So they don't want the full dose of Ozempic. They just want to lose certain amount of weight, and so they pay for the full Ozempic, but then they only use like bits and pieces of it. I didn't know how widespread
Yeah, you
that
can
was now.
decide your own dose. I think it's funny because there's a lot of anti-vax women that will trust the science if it makes them lose weight, but if it's the vaccine, oh, okay.
That's
so
funny.
It's so true.
I've
yeah.
lost a lot of respect for like a lot of
I know.
red
It's true.
pilled
I know.
fatties.
Red pill.
Sorry.
So
It's Trump's America. We can just say terrible things now.
I guess so.
terrible. Just
Yeah.
just stating the
4 more
facts.
days, Emily. 4 more days.
And so yeah, the idea of the smaller dose, obviously lesser risk, right? Like any pharmacological agent. So I don't object to that. The fact that they're determining their own dose, patients should not be doing their own thing without somebody objective evaluating it.
What you can do is go to med spas and they'll give it to anybody.
Wow.
That's how they could.
Oh,
Anyone
that's
can.
true. That's
Wow.
true.
I had
I-
someone when I was 130 pounds. They were like, "You should come in." I was like, "I feel like I should just do 10,000 steps a day."
Yeah,
Yes.
that's not good.
Now I kind of want to go in.
I'm going to promote V-Shred right now. Go to vshred.com. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Dr.
Susan,
Drew.
can you talk about I'm actually interested.
Yes, it's just a exercise and diet regimen that works. It's amazing. You can eat carbs. You just have to work out 20 minutes a day. And I started it, a couple of years ago, but I was kind of weak. I needed to build some muscle and it was hard getting started. You have to lift weights and stuff. And I didn't realize how out of shape I was. But now, I just keep doing it and I don't gain weight back. So, I lost the weight, kept it off. It's a miracle. I haven't been this low in my weight since I was in my 40s. So I'm really happy with it. They also have some great supplements and Drew and I are a part of a campaign for that. And we're really happy that we found them.
The Stay with the Simple program. Vince is very motivating. The videos are great.
Yeah.
And I think people need to be moving and exercising and diet if they're not used to it.
They have it
It's
for
just
all
the
age
basics.
levels.
It's what dietitians recommend. It's what trainers recommend. It's all the stuff you've heard before, but it's in a very systematic
And you get
place.
it on your phone. You don't have to pay $100 to a trainer every day. So it's affordable. I paid like $60 before we started working with them. And I got the menu and I did the workouts and I lost 5 pounds in the first week and it stayed off. So, but it's interesting because like I used to do Lindora, which was this thing where you go in and eat these bars and nothing but meat and you go into ketosis and pee on a stick and see if you're in ketosis and you just felt really crabby all the time. I did not feel crabby or hungry the whole time I did the diet. And the menus are great. So, I would check it out if you guys have noticed that I lost weight. It's actual weight. So it's not just water. So it works. I love it. I love,
Hear that?
Yeah, I did hear something.
Yeah. It's still coming through the phone. It was loud that time. There, right there.
so does anybody have any more messages for Drew before we go? Because I think that would be a great way to close.
Messages for me.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, I'll jump in real
Susan.
quick. I think it's exciting,
Okay.
for you, Dr. Drew, to see where your show is going as we're talking about that one coming up. And I think it's going to be wildly successful. So I'll leave that good news out there.
Pretty See what happens. Nice. Dig it.
Okay.
Dig it.
I guess we can just close calling out with that positive affirmation. Drew loves to work, so that's a plus. Our show is doing great. Ask Dr. Drew. You can find it at drdrew.tv, and you can find Dr. Drew pretty much anywhere. He's all over the place. And thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. It's kind of fun. We didn't know if we were going to do this show or not today, so I threw him on at the last. I didn't overproduce anything, but we always love hearing from Drew. And
It's funny, guys. Thank you, guys. The psychics. Appreciate you guys
You're welcome.
giving me
Pleasure.
some stuff. Yeah.
And I'm going to mention that you can also find Lauren Rainbow. She's a best-selling author and a sacred travel guide. She's also developed the best mediumship training deck. So check it out if you want to learn how to be a medium. She leads people to sacred sites around the world with Cindy Keza. And her next adventure is coming up to India. Or did you do that already?
We just did India. We're on our way to Egypt next month.
Okay. They're going to Egypt, which would be great. I would love to do that when you, Drew.
Yes, I would.
And please visit her website at laurenrainbow.com. And I got rave reviews from Naomi Wolf, who was a little skeptical going in, not really, kind of, but you did a fabulous job. She said great things about you afterwards. And we appreciate you coming back on Calling Out and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you for having me. Sending lots of love.
Thank you. Thank you. And then Andrew, my friend Andrew.
I think Andrew
Who,
logged off just a few minutes ago.
Oh, he logged off. Okay. Well, thank you, Andrew Anderson. He's once again a celebrated psychic medium, 17 years of experience, much like my friend Rebecca sitting here. You can find him at Psychic Medium. He's got a really long thing, but he's not here and he can't hear it. Psychicmediumreading.org. Okay, so he's awesome. Check it out. Rebecca, she's here next to me. My Rebecca. Any final words, Rebecca? Before
No, thank you for listening.
Yeah, and she's always working. She is one of the best clairvoyants I know in the country, and she's been on the Beverly Hills Housewives. Do you do that anymore?
No, I haven't done that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Kathy Hilton.
Yeah,
And
they have new ones now.
Mhm.
I was watching the
Yeah,
show.
she was on it, I think, last season. She told
brand
me.
new women.
Kathy
like
Hilton? Did you say
yeah.
Kathy Hilton?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
She
That's so funny. My wife and I, for the first time ever, were watching The Simple Life. I'd never seen it before, and so my wife was like, "You have to watch it now, especially because the new season or like the new like revisiting of them just came out." And I'm just like, Kathy Hilton, she isn't aged a day. That's 20 years
No,
old.
and she actually
from
looks
ago.
good in person and doesn't look fake.
yeah, that's
Not
good.
at all. It's
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah, I want
she's-
her.
It's wild. Not a single day of age on her.
I know, it's amazing. And I've seen her up close. So it's true. She invited me.
She has
to-
nothing cunty to say.
Yeah, no, I was at one of her Christmas parties because she has several. But
Yeah.
yeah, I went this year and it was really fun.
She has several Christmas parties.
Yeah, she has for different.
Organizations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Mhm.
so cool.
And Heidi Klum was there and she's so nice. You know, she just opened, I think, a restaurant in New York or
Oh,
something.
nice.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll have to go check it out. We're going to New York next week. But anyways, if you guys have a piece of paper, I don't know if Kaleb can put this up on the screen, but you can text her or call Sherman at 818-310-6748. That's 818-310-6748. And she will give you a psychic reading, and she's very helpful. I've been getting readings from you for a long time. So
Yeah, I've been doing this now like 30 years.
how long have we known each other?
A long time. I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Well, yeah.
Maybe 25 at least.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Mhm.
Oh my God, we look so good.
Thank you.
Anyways, thanks everybody, and be sure to support the sponsors that support the show. This is a public community service via drdrew.tv. Go to drdrew.com/sponsors to find all the links to our great sponsors, and tell a friend. We hope to see you guys next time, and thank you, YouTube, for letting us live. We appreciate it. And with that, I want to say, find me at First Lady of Love on Twitter or Instagram. Have a great day. Give me comments.
The Wellness Company knows that taking charge of your family's healthcare is a top priority, and that is why they are constantly innovating to deliver the products and services to help you be rationally ready for an emergency. They've added a medical kit for kids to treat over 20 childhood illnesses: nausea, vomiting, allergies, asthma, bioterror, God forbid, croup ear infections, lice, and more. And you can also order the kids kit with an EpiPen. Carefully sourced, great price. If there's a risk of anaphylaxis for your kids, you want that EpiPen. That can be in all kits, each customized for a different purpose. It comes, of course, with a telemedicine consultation and a guidebook, and you can replenish the meds up to 2 years after the date of purchase. So go to drdrew.com/2WC for 10% off any medical emergency kit or supplements. That is drdrew.com/TWC.